Good day, Pinoy Clixers and Mixers. Welcome back to the channel. For this video, we're going to look at first appearance from Strange Tales. Let's go! Okay, so we have finished all our brick breaks for Marvel Heroclix Strange Tales set. So it's time to look back at some figures that made their first appearance in Heroclix form in the set. Okay, so I only have here six because these are the six characters that I have or I own that has just been released in Marvel Strange Tales. Okay, so I did not include some figures like the Astral, Clea, Baron Mordo, Scarlet Witch because again, they're tied to the corresponding main characters. So and we've already had a lot of Baron Mordo, Doctor Strange, and Clea and Scarlet Witch. Okay, so we looked exclusively at first characters, and meaning no bystanders. The second one is that only the ones we have. Okay. So you can see clearly, for example, we don't have here Kushala, a super rare from the set, okay, because she's new, but we also don't have her in our collection. So hopefully I can get her via trade or sell or buy rather. Okay, anyway, let's begin with the first one, which is the Darkhold Redeemer. Okay, so we did have Darkhold, of course, with the Disney Plus with Scarlet Witch, but this is the first time we're having a Darkhold Redeemer. I would assume this is, yeah, it's a generic Various figure. Appearance is Darkhold. Pages from the Book of Scenes, number 1, 1992. Okay, quite old. Set number 006, Midnight Suns and Mystical. He is wearing a hood. Okay, so just like any members of the occult, I guess. And he has a special damage power, fighting Chiton's influence. Okay, enhancement, adjacent friendly characters have safeguard mystics. Okay, wow. So for 20 points, you have ESD, Force Blast, and Precision Strike, but that special damage power is really something, especially for Pulp, because there's going to be a lot of mystics in Pulp, I would assume. So this can be a quick way to counter them. Okay, plus he gives enhance. I don't know if it's a he or a she because the face is not shown. Okay, I assume it's a he with the build. Okay, and enhancement for 20 points. Okay, that is, I think, good enough. So I'll probably keep this one, a copy of this, just in case I need to fill up the 20 points in Pulp. Speaking of robe figures, we have the uncommon Caecilius. Okay, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Okay, so he's now wearing a red robe. Okay, clearly reuse of the sculpt. Okay, so that's fine for commons and uncommons. Set number 23 with the Mystic Steam ability, Martial Artist, and Mystical keywords. He has a trait, Spellcaster, Stolen Spells. When a friendly spell one-shot is turned face down, after resolutions, Caecilius may deal 1 damage to an opposing character within range. Okay. That's like pseudo mystics, I guess, but a bit more, you can trigger it on your own. Okay. So, and running shot stealth is the special movement power. Okay, I'm actually seeing some of these figures for the first time, meaning looking at them deeply, because sometimes I tend to focus on what's been talked about online, like the super rares chases. So the commons, uncommons, sometimes it slipped my mind. So we're doing also quite a deep dive for this one. Death of Doctor Strange, number 4. 2021 is the significant appearance. With flight, 3 targets. Precision strike is good. Running shot, okay, that's fine. So meaning his reach is 7. With ESD 17 defense and probability control, all for 60 points. again, a good figure. Okay, we're realizing that Doctor the Marvel Strange set is actually quite good, especially for Paul. Okay, we move on to the cat, but it's not just any cat; it's the cat familiar. Okay, very cute sculpt. You see here. Okay, my friend Heinz is a lover of cats. I think his wife is. So we're trying to collect as many cat familiar for him. So set 007, Mystics TA, animal and mystical keyword. A tiny figure with a special damage power, spiritual companion. Probability control but only to target adjacent characters. Okay. When cat familiar uses it to reroll an attack roll, they may choose to reroll only one die. If they do, after resolutions, KO cat familiar. Okay, that might be worth it, especially if you roll already a 6 on one of the die, and then you just have to reroll the other die to make sure that you hit. Okay, 15 points though is your sacrifice. And it's Various. Okay, from Avengers Academy, Marvel's Voices #1, 2024. Okay, but by default it has a prob and it's tiny, so you can carry it around. So prob for 15 points, and probability control one die can be surprisingly good. Talking about cats, let's go to the black cat. Again, another sculpt reuse, but it's totally fine. I like that you can still see the whites in the eye for this one. That's very hard to paint, I guess. Set number 16 with Mystics TA. Animal and mystical keywords. This cat is special because it's Agatha's familiar. Unique modifier, adjacent friendly characters with a mystical keyword modifier range +1. If they have Agatha in their name, also modify their attack +1. Okay. So I'm reminded of Swarm of Ants for Ant-Man when I see a trait like that. Okay, but for Swarm of Ants, I think it's empower and then +1 attack if same keywords. But this one, it makes sense, range +1 and then +1 attack for Agatha because it's her familiar. So Ebony, okay, is black because Ivory is white. You can see Ebony is the name. Strange, Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, number 46 is the appearance. He also has enhancement, so technically he's doing, for Agatha, he's doing +1 range, +1 attack, and +1 damage. Okay, so it's like having your shield TA and whatnot. Only for 25 points, improved movement, elevated, and character. So if you're playing Agatha, then Ebony is almost always a must play for you, with senses, stealth, and Blade's Claw, and empower alternating with enhancement. Okay, now I need this. I think this is really worthwhile. Even for mystical keyword, okay, range +1, so you don't need, it's like a shield TA ability. So I like that. Okay, although it's unique, but it is what it is. Okay, speaking of shield, we have not a shield agent, but a wand agent. Okay, so WAND is an acronym. What does that mean? I guess wizards and I don't know. Okay, so if you know, you can mention in the comments to enlighten us what's the acronym WAND means in one agent's name. Anyway, he is set number 12. You can see him standing in order. Shield TA, Mystics TA, always good. Shield Mystical Soldier. Okay, that sounds right. And a trait which is Shield's Magic Division. Okay, so wand is Shield's Magic Division. Okay, adjacent friendly characters with the mystical keyword have Shield TA. Okay, and that's really strong. You can play him at 45 or 15, but I'm guessing 15 would be the optimum point. Getting that sidestep, that mystics and the shield, and handing out mystical keyword, shield to mystical keywords. Varius and Thunderbolt's annual number 1 is a significant appearance. And the last one that we have, I guess, is the one of the uh, enemy of Shield, okay, which is Bloodstorm. Okay, so when I saw a picture of Bloodstorm in Facebook, I was really hoping that he gets a clicks, okay, together with the other new villains in Avengers story. Okay, but unfortunately, we only have Bloodstorm and the others are bystanders. Okay, so hopefully in the future, this can be made instead of having proxies. Okay, so Bloodstorm is mystical with set number 35, Hydra, Herald, Monster, Vampire, Brute keyword. Okay, a couple of trait. Blood Coven is the first one, Leadership and Stealth. And free, generate a bystander on this card. Bloodstorm hasn't generated this game. So you can activate that, one bystander per turn. So it will need 4 turns for you to activate that. So you might want to stay at the back of your team until you've dished out all the bystanders. You don't want it to get KO'd without generating those 4. Second trait is Eternal Hunger. Bloodstorm start the game on click number 5. So it's a vampire dial. Still energy. When Bloodstorm uses it, he may heal past his starting line. Okay. So, and there's 4 clicks of higher line for Bloodstorm. Okay. And he gains a special attack power when he does heal, which is Hypnotic Gaze. When Bloodstorm hits, after resolutions, you may choose a hit character. That character becomes friendly to your force and may make an attack, then reverts forces. So it's like you're doing an attack, damaging a character, and then choosing a hit character, mind controlling it in effect. Okay, so but it's not mind control, so technically, so it gets across Battle Fury and whatnot. Okay, so he also gains that at the last click. And you can see here the other bystanders. Bloodstorm 1 and Blood Hunt number 2 is a significant appearance. The other bystanders are Cruel with a plasticity, poison, and exploit weakness with invulnerability. Damascene, I hope I pronounced it right, with Flurry, Blades, Combat Reflexes, and Battle Fury. What's this one? Smoke Eater, Stealth. What's that one? Force Blast? Is that Force? What's that one? I don't remember. Is this Force Blast? I haven't used that for the longest time. And Senses and Outwit, and Unusual is 8. I think this is the Force Blast. I wonder what that is. I need to review my PACs. TK, is that TK? TK, ESD, and Prob. Okay, all of them have Mystic Stim ability. So for Pogs, that's good. And remember that, of course, they also gain the keywords of the character that generates them. Okay, so that is Bloodstorm. You can see the sculpt, very, very nice. It's grayed out, but the details are there in the lines. So I actually am going to keep, I guess, most of this now that I've deep dive into them. They're really strong. I like I like most. This. And actually, I like all of them. Okay, so I think they have a place for pop. Okay, but what do you guys think? Share your thoughts in the comments, and until the next video, bye.